The loss of Matt Rosa with a fractured jaw saw Tom Swift in for his 5th game of the season, as West Coast aimed to make it 4 consecutive Derby wins. Zach Dawson returned for Fremantle at the expense of Cameron Sutcliffe, as the Dockers looked to reproduce the defensive performance which restricted Port Adelaide to just 1-3 in the first half last week. Matthew Pavlich had kicked just 1 goal in the previous 3 derbies. Within 9 minutes, the Dockers skipper had 2.
And here it is for Pav. Got it and got it.
Jack Darling felt the force of Luke McFarlane, and the Eagles shooter recovered smartly to find the target.
So Darling with a kick. He was shaken, but not stirred. Not stirred.
Michael Walters and Daniel Kerr had their private skirmish in the centre square. Tendai Mzungu made the most out of a clearance that came sharply to him, as Fremantle skipped away to score their 4th goal just before quarter time.
Goes to Pavlich. He computes it pretty well for Walters, who can stroll in. Another one to Freo. What a start to the derby.
The Dockers extended their lead early in the second term from a free kick Beau Waters conceded, and Clancy Pearce landed his 14th goal of the season.
And it comes from Clancy Pearce, who does know how to kick the footy, and he shows it again.
Pearce played provider once again with his captain on his radar.
Pavlich turned Mackenzie inside out, and there's the result. Pavlich has 3, and there's purple everywhere at Patterson's.
The speculative kick from Jonathan Griffin almost came up trumps, if not for Eric Mackenzie.
Well, it'll be dictated by the bounce, and the bounce was very good.
Just before the break, Pavlich joined Lance Franklin on 51 goals for the season.
He's been able to kick some clutch goals this season, Matthew Pavlich. None bigger than that. That is through, and they lead by 5 goals.
At half-time, Fremantle 7-6-48, West Coast 110-16. For the Eagles' sake, Nick Natanui needed to impose himself.
Come on, big boy, you can fire us up.
The Dockers stung the Eagles early in the third quarter, first through Hayden Valentine, then through sheer weight of numbers.
Selwood did no favours whatsoever for Marston, and Mzungu just made sure it went through. It just had to.
Pavlich joined North Melbourne's Drew Petrie on top of the goal kickers list with 52 majors, as Natanui converted a rare Eagles opportunity from a turnover.
Natanui, that's better for West Coast.
6 goals from Pavlich put him alone on top of the race for the Coleman medal.
He can do no wrong, Matthew Pavlich.
Fremantle answered 2 West Coast goals with a couple of their own. Ballantyne and Walters inflated the lead to 44 points.
Get out of my way, says Walters. I want to do it myself.
Best on ground was clinched with this.
Pavlich came late. Oh, spectacular from Matthew Pavlich.
This to kick the most goals by a Dockers player in a derby.
The sights are in today. He goes back and slams through his 8th goal.
Fremantle spent the final quarter cruising in the comfort zone.
Another blow to the Eagles.
Revenge for the Dockers after their derby defeat in round 9. Full-time Fremantle 17-11-113, West Coast 6-12-48.
Yeah, look, really wrapped to play the full 4 quarters. Last week we were very good for a half and probably 3 quarters, and look, to run out the game like we did I thought was really pleasing. We talked about it 3-quarter time to play 4 full quarters, and just really wrapped for the guys.
Charles Christian, Big Pond Sport.